you guys? The Curious Owl here, and today I have my Q2 stats. Q2 goes from April all the way to June. So April, May, and June are the 3 months we will be focusing on. So let's get into it without much further ado. So in April, I had 6 physical books. In May, I had 7. And in June, I had 6 for a total of 19 physical books. For ebooks, in April, I read 5. May, I read 1. And June, I read 3 for a total of 9 ebooks. And then for audiobooks, in April, I read 1, in May, I read 1, and in June, I read 0 for a total of 2 audiobooks. Now, for personal books, in April, I read 8 from my personal library, May, I had 5, and June, I had 7 for a total of 20. And then borrowed books, I had 4 in April that I borrowed, May I had 4, and in June I had 2 for a total of 10 books borrowed. For genre, we had April 6 for fantasy, in May 2 for fantasy, and in June 6 for fantasy for a total of 14. For sci-fi, in April I had 1, May I had 1, and sci-fi for June I had 2 for a total of 4 sci-fi books. In April I read 4 contemporary books, May I read 5, and June I read 1 for a total of 10 contemporary books. Historical books I read in April, there were 0, 1 in May, and 0 in June for a total of 1 historical book. In April I read 1 nonfiction and 0 in May and June for a total of 1 nonfiction book. Now, in terms of my average rating, my highest average rating was in June with a total of 4.56, followed by May with 4.44, and then April with 4.25. My June average rating is my highest average rating so far this year as well. And for average pages and minutes, I had the most in June with 128.97 pages per day. The second highest was in April with an average of 118.1 pages per day, and then May we had an average of 68.13 pages per day. The June statistic is also the highest amount of average pages I've read in a day. Now for average minutes, I did only have for April and May because I read no audiobooks in June, but the highest of the two was in April, which was 22 minutes per day, whereas in May I read 15.74 minutes per day. Neither of those have beat my record as of yet, which is back in January of 24.2 minutes per day. Out of my self-destruct books, I did read 2 so far in this year. I read Crave in April and Girls of Paper and Fire in June. I have also basically gone through what I can of The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I have continued my reading of The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I've also continued my reading of the Vox Machina Origin series for volume 3, and I have continued my reading of the Percy Jackson series. So a lot of series I've continued with, and one that I basically DNF'd but did in that complete. So far, I have read everything in my read-alongs for the year except for I have not finished The Battle Drum for Brandy's Book Club, which was the June read, and I have not read the Zora Neale Hurston book for the month of June, which was Moses Man on a Mountain, but that is my first read that I'm going to be doing after finishing The Battle Drum. Now, I have other stats here that I don't currently actually have access to right now because I have to do some math on my computer, and my computer is not up here with me, so I'm gonna leave the next few slides basically where you're gonna see my averages for different types of demographics. I am proud of is that over the last few months, I have been really bumping up my game when it comes to finding books that I enjoy. I am finding that my average rating is in the higher 4s or in 4s in general, because I'm finding that this year a lot of books are really hitting my fancy, that I'm enjoying them for the most part, and I haven't really had that many issues with books in general. I've had very few DNFs, so I'm pretty proud of that. But I think that that's basically it, because unfortunately I don't have my laptop up here with me, so I can't personally go through each of my stats with you guys. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, at least its brevity, hopefully. But let me know if there's any other stats that you would like for me to track when it comes to Q3, if there's anything that you think I need to be aware of. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit the button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys!